Different right now, just as far as practice and reps and how we can prepare. Man, I tell you what, I mean, we're down to less than half of those guys that started the two-a-days with. So the guys that are in there, like I said, being warriors, and I'm proud of them. And we got two more that we're staring down the barrel at, 12 days to keep them healthy and keep them fresh and keep them going. So I can't say enough about them. But would I love to have all those guys? Man, it would be a whole different animal if we could right now, for sure.
Malone and Pearson, what's the difference you see in them this year versus last season? What's the biggest way which each one of them is going on?
Well, they're a lot different. Vaughn, as you know, missed some time, so getting him caught back up to where he should have been has been a little work in progress, but now he's playing like we know that he could play. And then 3, he just has a different mindset. I think, he's a prideful kid and wanted to be better. And his mentality is better. His practice habits are better. How he lives is better. Can he still get a lot better in that regard? Absolutely. I expect next year to be even above this year as far as how he is, how he looks, his body, how big he is, all those things. And but he's played by far more reps than anyone out there. I mean, I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. And so for him to keep going at the level he's going has been pretty darn good.
With Malone, when did you start noticing that difference in the work ethic?
Training camp, yeah. But it was great. He came out training camp and he was good. But as a coach, you're like, okay, let's see how consistent he can be. And we each had a my all slogan this year. What your my all was, and his was consistency. I always say I ordered a number 3 today at McDonald's. What am I getting? I want a number 3. I want a Josh Malone, the one that runs fast, jumps high, makes people miss. I don't want. I asked for a double cheeseburger. I don't want, a chicken sandwich. I want the same thing every day. And so he's been trying to do that.
Zach, have you noticed that teams are really starting to kind of sit on you guys in that intermediate passing game and try to take that away from you?
Not really. No, not really. I mean, I think we've taken up enough shots down the field to where they're not. And certainly some of those maybe intermediate passes, Heather, that you see, there are deep routes behind it that maybe the coverage didn't allow he progressed on down. And so, if you're a defensive coach watching those on film, you see the deep balls, but the coverage may have just put it into the intermediate, dig route or curl route, whatever it might be. So I don't think so.
What are you guys expecting from Missouri? How tight are they going to try and play you? Are they going to try and play you from the line of scrimmage?
Missouri is a man. They're the 5th-ranked defense in the country for a reason. They do what they do, and they do it really well. They play together as good as a defense if we face. That means their back end is tied so well within that front 7. Their back end is talented anyway, but they're even better because of that front 7 and how those guys get to the quarterback. And so it makes their job a little bit easier because it makes their job quicker. They don't have to cover as long. And they're violent. They play with passion. You can they're ball hawks. So it's going to be a great challenge for us for sure.
With banged up as y'all been in the receiving core, how important has it been this offense for Alvin and Ethan to kind of emerge as they have as pass catchers?
It's been great, and we're up there. We're game planning to get everybody the ball, and we're going to get number 6 the ball. We're going to get number 82 the ball. Again, I don't. My room and me and our coaches, we're not worried about stats on different guys. We're worried about let's get the guys that are being productive the ball, and maybe this coverage opens that up. And so having those guys in has been fantastic, and we're always going to game plan to get those young men the ball.
Being able to go Saturday, was that just kind of woke up and happened to be feeling okay that day?
Yeah, he only played 2 reps though, so it wasn't like he came out there and played. We just wanted to see what he could do, and so that's a work in progress. I don't know if he'll be able to go Saturday. We'll see, and that's kind of a day-to-day thing still.
What did you see from Preston today? What did you see from Preston today? How was he feeling physically?
Yeah, it was good. I was pleasantly surprised. Anytime a freshman sits out a month, right when he starts doing well, now it's almost like you start over, unfortunately. But he actually had a really good day today, and he's into it. So was he where he was when he left? Not yet, but he hasn't played football in a month, not even practiced. So it was a good day. So we'll see how the week goes.
A couple more guys.
How nice is it to have Josh Smith just whole entire season? He feels like he's been consistently and has big catches this whole season.
Well, I've said this since he's been a freshman. He's one of the toughest kids I've ever coached. He's all beat up too, but he's an absolute warrior, and he's my kind of guy. I love the guy. He'll whatever he has, he'll tape it up, duct tape it, whatever, get out there and play. Those are the kind of guys you want to coach.
Have the field conditions affected your guys in particular? You know, have they had to do anything differently, I guess, in and out of cuts to avoid slipping, or, you know, how have you handled
No,
that?
we haven't. I mean, you got to go play. I mean, you got a dig route, you got to run a dig route. There's nothing else you can do. I mean, so have they slipped and fall? Sure, they have, just like everyone else has. But, you know, we can't worry about that. We really can't. And I always tell them this. Guess what? You know, great route runners that stay low and get in and out of breaks, they find a way not to slip. And that's a coach speak thing to say, but it's also true. And so it's forced you to use really good technique at times. And again, we're not grass guys. We can't worry about it. And if they're worrying about it, then we're worrying about the wrong stuff. We got to go worry about catching the ball in the air and, you know, blocking the right people. And we'll let whoever does the grass worry about the grass.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.